Yeah, hi, Abhay. How are you doing? Wait, can you confirm? Can you hear me? Is my voice clear in the chat? Hi, Sylvia. Good evening. Can you confirm? Are you able to hear me in the chat, please? Okay, that's great. All right, let's wait a couple more minutes to more people join, and then we'll start the session. And meanwhile, could you let me know, like, you're following everyday sessions or you join in the meeting? Yeah, Abhay, you're listening? Can you confirm other topics covered till now in the chat so that we'll go to the next topics? So yeah, are you following me? Can you mention what are the topics still not covered? Could you mention them in the topics in the chat so that we'll go with the next topics? Yeah, I still have a follow-up from the other trainer, but I just want to confirm with you guys what are the topics cleared, which have been taught to you. So that could you confirm in the chat so that I'll go ahead. I'm audible to you guys. Hi, Abhay. You just Yeah, last topic was record producer. Okay. Hello, sir. Yeah, that's great. Abhay, at least you're responding. I know you're the first. I only remember your name, Abhay. Okay, like I was busy with some other tasks, like last couple of two classes, two sessions. So I hope I have covered until some topics, and then it was submitted. So he covered service catalogs, how to create a catalog. I hope we have covered update sets, import system imports, and what else topics he got covered in the last two sessions, so that we'll go ahead with the next topic. Kurt is also covered. So Kurt also covered. Okay. And service catalog to screen. So you're talking about the Kurt, like business rules. So you just covered business rules too. Service catalog is fine. That's okay. And did he cover update sets? So how to get a data from different and how to move data from one instance to other instance, how to back out, how to retrieve data, and the ways, how many ways we can import data. So everything is covered, right? Yes. Yes. Arjun Sharma. Yeah, hi. Let's wait a couple more minutes. In the meantime, if you got any queries in the previous topics, just ask me. I'll explain you again. And if you have any other queries, I hope you enjoyed the sessions well. And you got each and every topic clearly. So if you got any other queries from those topics, just ask me. Let's wait until 16 to join more attendees. So you all got your CSA voucher? No? Are you assigned with any courses in the Now Learning platform? Yes. Yeah. Like, so they'll assign with 17 courses. Actually, it's like 15 courses. They'll get like a mail and they'll assign you the courses actually. So are you started working on those courses? 3 are done. Yeah. What are the courses you done, Abhay? So nothing to worry about, like, there is no rush to do all those early days, but that is for your practice. But in the meantime, we'll also explain you how to do this courses, like, exactly in which way and how your works are performing. We'll look after that, those things as well. So 3 are done. And what about the rest of you guys? Are you started working on this, on the now learning? Yeah, one. So the first module you have to do is like, welcome to ServiceNow. ServiceNow micro certification. That was the first things you have to complete. So nothing, if you're not done as well, okay, we'll be like scrutinizing you every second and we'll help you to how to clear those as well, like and how to start and how to finish them. But keep a eye on the ServiceNow administrators fundamentals. So those are the topics what we are teaching exactly for you. So we will help you to create the CSA certification here. So that's the reason we exactly our top what are the topics we are discussed here are coming definitely in the CSA exam. So today I'll just open. Give me a second. I'll share my screen. Just go ahead and confirm whether they are done or not. Share screen. So you all can see my screen, right? So 1 second, I'll go to the first screen. So confirm what are the topics covered. So these are like at the beginning days. So I think this is just a module, and here comes the exact thing. So you all aware of.
So confirm me everyone, like you're aware of like banner application navigator. This is covered. So what is an instance? Like basic things done, like impersonation, like logout and how it is done. Okay, fine. And these are like in the starting days, everything is done. Groups, roles. Yes. So if you're, I'm just moving the slides. If you're not done with any other topics, just mention in the chat. So I'll move like what is impersonating user. So you're aware of that, right? So they will ask you the questions like how in the CSA as well. So you have to be aware of this list records and fields. So you are aware of what is exactly a table, what is list view. So what we call like the columns and the rows are the records and the columns are the fields. Yes, done. List view. So we already know about list view, right? The wall like and views, we have covered this views and how to create views as well. Filters, how to apply filters and how many ways we can apply filters and how many ways we can search. It was also been covered. List anatomy is also list filters. Yeah, you see like how these are time, these are the filter conditions. Yeah, operator. Yeah, so remember this thing. Three components that make a filter condition include field, operator, value. This is one of the important question that asked in the CSC as well. So what are the components used in writing a filter condition? So they'll give some a couple of options and choose three of them. So you have to choose field, operator, and value. So this is one of the important questions. Just keep an eye on it. Okay. List personalizations. So we already done with personalizations and customizations as well. Personalization is like what are the changes that an user want to do on his form or on the list view. So on the list view, he will use the personalization. But if a user want to change for all the instances, so then he will go with the configurations. So it is one of the important questions they will ask in the CSA. So how you can personalize a list in a using list layer or a form. So then you'll see, we'll click right click on the gear icon. So we'll see two buckets. So this gear icon is important. They will ask a question on the personalization as well. Okay, differences between personalization list and configuration list. Like as I said, like personalization is for like list view, that is covered. Dot walk-in, yeah. So this dot walk-in is only available for reference fields. When we extend the table from when you use this field type reference, so that we can use dot walk-in. This was also covered. Dot walking and multi-level dot walking. Like dot walking is like single thing, multi-level is like getting like three, or we can do 30 level dot walking, but recommended is only 3. Remember this point. Okay, we can do 30 level dot walking, but recommended is 3. Yeah, so you all following me, guys? So if you're following me, just mention yes in the chat so that I'll go with the next slides. Yes. All right, perfect, right? So we already like it. We can do up to 30 level, like if like we all know, like in incident form, we have like almost like 120 600 feet. I hope so, like so we only in the different kind of list views. So different fields are available, like how to create views. We all know, like if in this view we can see some fields, in some other view we can see some other fields. So but maximum we can only dot logging up to 30 levels. That means for a in reference field, if he is having like for a table is having 70 fields, we can only do one time with using the reference. We can only do 30 dot walk-ins. That means 30 fields can only be visible for that user. And but it was recommended to use only limited to 3. Okay, like more than 3 is like so if we use more, what happens is like field structures, like the view will be disturbed. That's the reason it is not recommended. So it is also done. Multi-level dot walking is like multiple, like dot walking different fields. Like for one field we are doing, that means like dot walking. For other reference field we are doing again. So different we can do that. Task dot walking. So you all know, like how to do dot walking. That is fine. And the list actions. This is gear icon. This is copy URL. This is funnel icon is for filter. Just remember this as well, guys. It will be asking in the CSA questions as well. So how do you give a filter condition? So we gonna in the options it will give funnel icon or gear icon, or otherwise some other options it will give. So we have to choose funnel icon. So this questions look simple, but they'll confuse us with the question. So we have to keep this in the mind as well. Okay. Configuration. So we all done with configurations and incident form, field levels, classic view. This is a classic view. Field types. So you all know that we have different field types. It is covered. Reference field. So reference field is a field type. Form configuration, we did configurations. With using configurations, we can go to the table. There are multiple things in the configure. Just to go to the configuration, right click on the form or right click in the list on the form, so that we can go to the configure list layer, how we can add fields, we can add different things. Okay, this is done. Formatter, you observe this. A formatter is one of the topic which is not that much important, but we have to know what is formatter. Okay, a formatter is an element used to display information that is not a field in the record. Okay, act process, parent breadcrumbs, approval summarizes, CA relationships. The activity stream is an example of the formatter, and it displays a list of activities. For example, guys, I'll open the, oh, yeah, I'll open, oh shit, this is not exactly, shit, oh, ServiceNow developer portal. One second. Oh shit. I think only one of the screen is sharing. Share this tab. So I'm just going to the instance. So to explain what is formatter. So formatters is not that they are not the fields in the form, but they are linked with different fields of the form. I'll show you what exactly formatter. So let's go to incident table. Incident. So what is the back name of incident, guys? You guys following me, right? What is the backend name of incident table? So the backend name of incident table is also incident. Remember this, that is the reason incident.list. Yeah, that is great actually. To open the list view, we use dot list. To open the form view, we use form. Yeah, that's great, okay? Just go ahead. This is, oh, so, but I'll just duplicate this. Duplicate. Service. So let's click on incident. Incident.list. Yep. So you all share this tab instead. So 1 second, I have changed the sharing settings. Stop sharing. Share screen. Entire screens. Share. So cancel random on launch and launch. So yeah, you guys able to see my screen? Yes. Are you guys? Yeah, fine. That is fantastic. So let's go. You see, guys, we see some instance here. Let's open this incident. So whatever we see here, these are not belongs to any fields. These are not any fields, but we can see in the form. They are dealing with form fields. They are dealing on the form, but they are not fields in the form. Formatter is means nothing but what are the lists we see here, like activities, work nodes. So this is not that much important, but you have to know what are this. Okay. These are sections. Notes is a section. Related records, this is one of the section. And resolution information, these are one of the sections. These are not related lists. Okay. You know the difference, like what are related lists? Related lists are used to get the information related to the record from some other table that are related lists. Okay. These are still sections. This is one of the section. Notes is a section. Related records a section. So formatters is nothing but they are not fields in the form, but they relate the information which is related to the form. You see, like activities, work notes. If someone mentions something here, it will mention. So I'll mention hi and post. So the activities. So if you are dealing with some incident in the real time and you want some more information, need to add more memory to laptop. In such a way, they'll be like, so when you want to deal the same thing with the other persons, so you'll write a notes and you'll share. So other person can see. This is how you deal with any incidents, like any queries, any tickets they mention, they comes here. If you are like if you have any queries, you'll just mention here and you put the progress in progress into on hold, because for an incident I'll explain you the life cycle of a incident, so that in that time you'll come to know. Okay. Okay, this is done. This is formatter. So they are not the fields in the form. Just remember this, guys. Maybe they will ask you in the CSA point of view as well. What is formatter? So they are not the fields in the form. The day deals with the form. Okay. So yeah. Yes. So these are active process, peer approval, summarize CA relationship. So this is the activity stream is an example of formatter. It displays all activities of the list of activities. Yes. All right. That's one. This is done. So related list. Yeah, I just mentioned what is related list, right? Related list shows records in a table that have no relationship to the current record. Related lists are presented as a tabs as the bottom of for the, yeah, this is also done. So configuration, so how to configure, like they'll be asking like simple questions like how we do configurations. Yeah, just right click on the form, then you see here like configure, then you have like how we can add related lists. So you guys remember how to add related lists? Do you guys remember? Wait, something you mentioned. Yeah, yes. So I'll repeat once again. To add a related list, firstly we have to build a relationship. We have to go to the relationships table, and there we perform which table should be visible on which table. Then we write a relationship there, and then coming to the form, we right click on the context menu and we'll go to the configure, and there will be an option related list. Okay, these are the questions. These questions looks like very simple, but they will ask you in the CSA. Okay, so yes. Yeah, you just see here configure related list. So just click and drag and drop. That's it. So that a related list is added. So and what is this? Personalization form will affect the what you see. Yeah, personalization. Yeah, that's okay. Personalization form. Yeah, template class. A template allows form fields to be populated automatically simply using a process engine new record. Yeah, of course. So is this topic covered before? What are templates? Templates. No? Okay, fine. Okay, just go with the definition once, you guys. Just look at the definition once. So templates allows form fields to be populated automatically, simplifying the process of generating new records. So what this means is like, so we are opening a form here. This is the list view, but we go back. So this, we are opening a form here. Okay. So remember guys, we are opening a form. So now you see there are many fields here, but what you want is, this is, yeah. So now you are dealing with only couple of things, only color, short description. Okay, these maybe a user, not exactly every time. Maybe a user dealing with only this kind of things. He is only filling color and short description and submitting. So that time what you do, like you don't want to see all these fields. You just want to do how we create views in such a way. Same way we can do changes here. Like only in the list view we can have views. So whereas in the form view, we don't have any views. You see here, observe. So we can't change the view of the forms. What are the fields? What are necessary for us? We can configure. We can do configuration by going to configure and label, going to layout, and we can drag what are the fields we don't need. But we need incident form should be like this. But the view, what you want to see, the view should be different. Not now. So instead of like taking out the fields from this, like which are selected, so what we can do is we can use a template form. That means template is in a format. In the general terminology, we all know template means a format. Format. Template is nothing but a format. Whenever you're sending something to some persons, if you're sending the same thing, what we do, we'll put a format, we just assign the template, and in the middle, we'll write the text. So that is what template. That is nothing but a format. Just use it, more option, click on more option. So they'll ask you a question how can you add a template? How can you create a template? So on the form header, just on the three options, clicking on the three options, you can create a template. So toggle template bar, just click here. So here you see and plus icon and incident call type, major incident. You see these are already created templates. Are you guys able to see, or should I zoom it? So when we click there, it hide. Okay. When we click on these three buttons, like three dotted thing, more options, you see, observe, I'm just clicking again. Okay. Taking out. So the template goes. So when we click here, we just click on this template toggle bar. A template form is opening here. Okay. These are already there. These are already existing templates. So you guys can see on the screen, incident call type, major incident. Yes. So from where could I get the previous sessions study material? No need to worry about this Kushi. We already discussed with the team, operations team. They said they'll upload the sessions. Okay. Now many people are not attending the sessions. If we upload that straightforwardly, what they do is none of the people will come. They show their interest to come. So they said after finishing the sessions, we'll upload the recordings. Okay. So just leave for that. Okay. So we are on templates now. So you see here incident call type and major call type. These are the templates already created. So I'll show you opening incident call type. So observe the form, guys. So this is one of the form. So major, we are clicking on incident call type. So you see channel is self-service. So they created. So in this, they want is this is for self-service. The channel is self-service. Before there used to be no channel. So let's go with another major incident. So you see urgency, priority, and some of the fields are reduced. And some of the fields are the mandatory fields are just done, like caller, system administrator, and major incident causing serious interruption of business activity. So creating a template means they can reduce this, and otherwise they can fill something in the form directly. Every time opening something, filling the same thing and submitting, instead of all these things, what we if we click on major incident, what the form is showing, you see this is very critical incident, everything is set down. If it is a very critical incident and the channel is self-service, and who is the caller, system administrator, and what the short description, it is already filled. So these are already pre-existing. So this is our normal form, incident call type, major incident. So this is a new templates. So this is how when we click on terminal. So we can create a new template using this plus icon, create new template. You can see this, guys, create new template. All templates, edit. We can edit. So if you want to do any changes, like now I'm not creating any new template, but we can do any changes. So if you want to change anything from here, like you see table incident, name, incident call type, the template name, incident call type. So table is an incident. Okay. Who is the user? System administrator. You see here for the call type incident, I'm changing from system administrator to Shivam Gupta. Okay, and I'm saying this, updating this. So what is the template we are using? Major incident, major incident. Shit. So it was unfortunately it was like system generated, so it gone. So but whereas here, like I'll create a new one instead. It's better. Okay. So just clicking on here, we are creating a new template. So what the name we give for the template is like UP cohort. Okay. So table is this, and who is the caller instead of system administrator? We'll take income. Yeah. So any groups we are going to assign? No, we are not going to assign. So this template is created. This, so what the short is coming? This template is created in UB cohort for explaining. Yes. So these are done. So if you want to add any more things, or if you want to give choose field, you can add more fields. Whatever you want to do, you can add it. Or otherwise, if you want to delete everything like this kind of thing, just click here, click here, click here, click here. It goes. Okay. Yeah. And just click on submit. Yes. And then we reload this. We want to reload changes. Reload. Yes. So we just click on this template bar. It should be instant. So where are this? This is the fields personalizing. So it should be here. So yeah. We're adding a template. Just unfortunately due to some server errors, it's not created. So just make it UP cohort. UP cohort 2 incident active, and it is for global. Just check on global and short description. I'm just doing something. Okay, and I'm submitting it. So you just observe here. So we just so every time instead of filling all these details manually, going like I just want to do what is like the caller automatically and all the fields assigned, then we can create just click on UP cohort 2. So you just observe, yes, see details. UP cohort template to applied, yeah, new 3 low. So we edit this all templates UP cohort. We're editing it. System administrator, yeah, ready. It's done. Update. So we are changing state from knowledge to impact from low to high. Okay, and updating it. Impact. So I just reload this. So I'll just select UP cohort 2 again. So you see here, it was changed. Why about this short description was down? It should be updated. So sometimes what happens is due to some internet issues as well, it won't load, but you can see the changes how we use templates, right? So I'm just rewriting once again the short description and the system administrator as well. I'll change to Shiva. Yes, and system example. So XCA. Yes, and I'm updating it. Okay, and I'm clicking on UV cohort 2. Developers applied, but unfortunately something is going on. Some background. So this is happens when because why? Because like if any background scripts or like any business tools are running, so it can't be do any changes. Okay. So I'm just trying to load it, but unfortunately these changes are doing, but here it is not showing. So that means any like I did any some changes in my instance. So these are system generated, so it was not working here maybe. So but we can create this every anything on our form. So example, this is our form. You all guys remember? Please check your internet connection. Yes. Yes. Okay. So here we'll create some template. It's better because I'm trying that. Unfortunately, yeah, toggle template bar. So there are no templates created now. So I'm creating one template now. So test. Yeah, this is template. And who is the system administrator? I'll select it. And for that's applied for global. What is the short description? I'm writing. This is for test. For test. Okay, and I'm choosing which fields. We have some fields here, so and I'm creating gender is male, and I'm also selecting some fields. What state? Not name. State is UP. Okay, and choose field value, and I'm also selecting some city. Some city is Uday. Like what is this? State Lucknow. Okay, and I am apply submitting it. Okay, I have created a template just now. Template 5. The name is template 5. I haven't given any name. If I click on here, just observe you guys. I clicked on here. So what happened? The state is UP. City is Lucknow. Gender is male. So it is a mandatory field. So here why it is selected, it is not selecting. I'll just open this template. Template 5, edit. Template 5, system user is system. So unmail open records. So I'll select someone, Shivam Gupta. Update. Template 5. Yeah, there is something acting on the reference field. Maybe some any business rules or scripts are acting on the like on the reference field for the user. So maybe that's the reason it is not displaying. I'll get back to the error as well, like in the next session as well. Okay, you understand, right? What are templates? Templates are things which are used, like if you are using the same thing many times, like instead of filling the details again and again and again. So on one click, you can do that. Okay, this like this in one click. If you are selecting the state every time and the gender male, so we just select one kind of template, then it automatically applies on the form, and the rest you can add. Okay, this is a mandatory field. That is the reason it is not accepting. Okay, yeah, mandatory field. So mandatory field won't be the same every time. So maybe that is the reason it's not accepting test. Yeah, perfect. So we are done with templates. You guys understand what is template? Sir, why can't I change the application name in template? You can change the application name in the template. That is not that. That is easy actually. So this, I'm just clicking on template, edit template, right? So edit. So you're asking about the application name. So this is global. So that means like, when you create application name is global because this table is created in global. This is application scope. This is not name. This is scope. Scope. Globe means anyone in the instance can see the changes. Anyone in the instance can make the changes on this table. That is global. Okay. This in the developer sessions, you will come exactly what is a global exactly. You see here, now I'm changing the scope. Yeah, application scope is in global. Now I'm changing it to something smart hospital system. Okay. I changed the application scope now. Leave this page. Yes. So I'll duplicate this page. Cancel. Firstly, I'll duplicate this page. So then I'll perform the changes. So there is no chance to change the application scope, okay? So we are here. So I'm trying to change the application scope. What happens if we change the application scope? Just observe. Open record. Yeah, opening the records. So not the record. First, so I am changing the application from global to scope to smart hospital. SME smart. Star smart. So why I use star in the sense, if you use the method star, that means if any keyword existing with smart, that will be displayed. If I directly give smart, if it is in the middle of that, like if it is middle or in the front, in the beginning, wherever it is, if the keyword is there, that shows the records. So I'm using smart. Scope content smart, no scope content all. So in the name star smart. Actually, I was dealing with my system with different things. That is the reason it is blocking all other things. So nothing to be worried about those things. So no need to worry. I'll just select some other thing. This is workflow. So add app install to current update sets. Switch to this application scope. You see here an option, switch to this application. So if I click on switch to this application, what is happening? Just observe. I think I'm facing internet issue. Guys, can you hear me? Yes, okay, then fine. Yes, okay. So you see here, I'm trying to switch this to this application scope. Yes, switch to this application scope. No templates are created. Not able to switch this application scope. Maybe something is acting here. So no need to worry about this. We'll explain this in the things. The thing is like, you can't change the scope of the table application scope, because if you change the scope, what happens is like, that if the scope is nothing but a privatizing thing, if it is in global, anyone in the instance can do that. But if it is in private scope, what happens is like, if it is in any other scope, only when the scope is that, then we can do the changes. You see, this is graded. That means we can't change here. If something is graded means that we can't change. But if this table is created in some other scope, and if you are in global, you can't do any changes. You can't create a template for this. So if the table should be in the same scope and UR should be in the same scope, then only you can do any performances changes on anything, okay, on the form or list, whatever it is. So you and that table are both should be in the same scope to do any changes. Okay, remember this, guys. Okay, this is very important point. So to do perform any changes on the table, the table and yours should be on the same scope application, same application. This is called application scope. So if the table is created in global, so that means you should also be in the global to make any changes. So if the table is created in some other scope, that means you should also be in some other scope to do any changes. This is one of the important point, guys. Remember this. So only thing that you can do is you can write a business rule. That's it. The only thing that you can perform on a table on different scopes is you can write a business rule, and none other than that you can't do any changes if you are in two different scopes. If the table is one scope and you are in one other scope, that means you can't do any changes. Okay, remember this, guys. This is important. So you all know what is template, right, and how to create a template. Template is nothing but a way, like, easy to say, like, it is a pre-existing thing that we can bring forward and use directly. So if you are, what exactly general example, what can I bring is like, so everyone, you are filling an application form, okay, online. You're filling an application form for a bus pass. Need, like, you are traveling from your home to the college in a bus. So you need some bus passes, like, I don't know exactly you will have that kind of things for you guys, but maybe in the college also you have to fill a form. So you are 5 people in the village, and you have the same address, like, the village name, the city name are same for 5 of you guys. So what you do is like, one person will fill the whole form, what are the same matching fields, okay. Instead of name, you will give your name. But if you save that the same format, what happens is like, if you fill them and if you do a xerox, leaving that name and other things, you have 5 people, right? One person will fill that manually. Okay, what are the same fields? You fill them and you just xerox that into 4 forms. So what happens is like, just fill name and what is your house number, and the rest details are same. So that time what you do, fill all the fields, and leaving that 2 fields, you fill that form and you xerox that. That means like, you xerox it 4 times. That time what happens is like, just filling the name and other thing, just submit it. I hope you understand, guys, what I'm explaining. So that is template in general terms. So if you are in Lucknow, this Uttar Pradesh and Lucknow is common for every one of you guys, and you are all male. So what you do, leaving these fields, you will xerox this form. Like that means like, you will copy this form. Otherwise, you will print this form. And then what are the other fields? You just fill it and you submit. Easy way, right? Instead of filling all the details again and again and again. So we'll create a template. That is an easy way. Yeah, you guys understand? Oh, I only got only one response. What about the other guys? Yes, yeah, that's perfect. So you're done with templates as well now. So we'll go next thing. So yeah, this is how related records workspace unable to access the share folder related records. Task with all this is different thing. Table administrator. So I told you right, guys. Service now is nothing but tables. So if you know each and everything, the performances on the forms and the list views, what are exactly that means you almost got service now. Okay. So what are the things are mentioned in the table? Everything is table administration in ServiceNow. So this is very important in ServiceNow, table administration. That comes everything. I already explained everything. So one to many to many relationships, database extensions, database views and extensions. Yeah, that is fine. Plugins like this database views and extensions come from if you want some other additional things to add in that, you'll go to plugins. I'll go here. I'll show you what are plugins. So if you're dealing with some other things on the instance, what you do, you'll go to plugins. So when you install your PDA, that doesn't come with everything you want to do. So plugins. Okay, here you see plugins. We'll go here. Or if we are dealing with some other hard topics, what we do is go. Let's example ITSM. ITSM is a module. In that ITSM, we have incident change problem management. So what I do, I want to do some changes in incident management. So I'll click incident management and I'll go to the store. There are 27 plugins which are related to incident management. So in that, what is the plugin I want here? Performance analytics, whatever it is, predictive intelligence. This is like AI or some other things. So I want to go with incident communication. So I'll go here and I'll download. So I'll install the plugins. So if you're dealing with some other, what are the things are there? So then we go and we'll install that. So that is how that we do the tasks in this. Okay, when we download the PDF, that only come with like a couple of plugins, and the rest we have to upload. We have to download. Okay, extensions, we know how to do extended table and from other table reference field. This one too many using like request data, which table is field. This one too many is like reference fields, adding reference fields. Many to many is like adding related list, etc. things. So this is done. Okay, tables, how many types of tables, what are things, like schema map. I also showed you the schema map of the tables. Just going like when you open a table, by going to the tables table, yeah, just open the tables table like sys underscore db underscore object dot list and choose a table. In the related list coming to the down, you'll see an option called schema maps. That is the way you can do that. So right, ACLs, this is also been covered. User permission summary, like I clearly explained how ACLs work, and types of ACLs, what we can do using ACLs. Okay, like what we do is like we can read, write, uh, create and delete CRUD operations. This is ACLs. And how many ways we can do table dot none, table dot start, and table dot field level. In 3 ways we can restrict the permissions. So what are more powerful than ACLs is like roles. First roles, then condition, and then scripts. Scripts comes later. So we are not discussing any scripts, but roles play the major part in the ACLs. And then these conditions, whatever the condition, table dot none, table dot start, table dot field level, this comes later. The roles are the major part to control anything in this. Okay, first comes roles, then ACLs like CRUD operations, create real, then operations, and then scripts. That is like different thing. Okay, user permanent, so elevate role. So you all know like elevate role, right? To do any changes in the ACLs, we have to elevate this by right clicking to the profile, and this is also covered. What is an access? Yeah, this is done. This is done. This he's explaining wildcard. This is important. Yeah, that is the same thing is just mentioned wildcard. Yeah, import sets. I hope this is also covered what are import sets and how many ways we can import. And import set is a tool used to import data from various data sources. So what are the formats we can use? XML, CSV, different like just you can see what are the files like you remember, right? What is the table we need to go to import files, import data? Do you guys remember? So what is the table when we want to import some data? What is the table? What is base typing? What are the rest of guys? How we can import some data? Where we go? Where we enter the data? I need your responses, guys. It doesn't mean like, I'll go like talking myself. I just need your, my screen is stuck. Transform map. Transform map is something to load data. Yeah, where, in which table we load data? Yeah, that is perfect. You're right, Abhay. Rahul, my screen is stuck. You just restart your like instance or whatever things, because I can't do with anything with your internet, right? So load data. So what is where? What is the table? System imports. You just click here. All system imports. System imports. System import sets. This is the way place we begin. Then what we do? We just load data. Perfect. And whatever the file area, choose file, the type of file, it can be CSV, XML, whatever format that accepts. We give label, load data. So how many steps? You have to remember the steps. First we load data, then we'll do a staging table, and then we'll transform that. Yes, you guys remember what are the steps that includes when loading a data? So my screen is stuck. Now share your screen, share my screen. Yes, entire screen. Oh, my screen is stuck. So you guys can see my screen? Are you able to see my screen? Just go this. Are you able to see my screen? Yes, we can. Yes, Shubham Patel. Yes. Okay, then it's fine. So nothing you have missed, anything you haven't missed. So just I'm just explaining. That is fine. So what are the steps that included when you're importing any data? Any one of you can give me how many steps are included in this? So because in any interviews or else in the CSA exams, they will ask you this kind of questions. Yes or no? Can someone tell me? Because import sets have already been discussed, but just give me what you got, because that is the reason I'm repeating the topic again. So what are the topics? What are the steps that includes your load, data source, upload your data file, anything else? Staging table. And then after staging table, only always submit the form. Any other responses other than Abhay? I go like more other people. I want your response, guys, because I had to share a feedback every day. How you are responding as well. So what about other guys? So you're almost right, Abhay. Also transformer, then run. You're remembering Abhay. That's great actually. So first thing what we do is like load. Load, we load the data, and data source, we give the data source, and then staging table. Then what we do is like field mapping. Field mapping can done be in two ways: auto mapping, match the fields. Yes. And then what you do? Transform map. Yeah, these are the steps that are included when we run an import set. You have to remember this, guys. This question is gonna ask in the interview levels. Okay. So that is done. And you also, yes, import table, import. Yeah, this is best practice. JBC. You see, these are the files we can upload, like a JDBC, HTTP, Excel, CSV, XML files. Yes. Yeah, table. And yeah, here we create a transform map. That means like create like I know you already know this. Yes, transform map, collage fields. Yeah, you know right why we use collage fields? So to avoid duplications, we use collage fields. Task input sets login. So you have a task here. Just all of you guys take this screenshot and perform on your time, because tomorrow you have time. So I'm gonna ask you people to share the screens on some other days. So make sure take a screenshot of this page or take a picture of this. So you have to do this task. So what is a task is like, import records. So create some records in your XML file, like, in your Excel, and try to import that into your system. Okay, this is your task. I'm gonna ask you in the sessions coming up later in the coming days. Okay, you all got your picture? You all took the picture of this? So I want your response, guys. Yes. Only Abhay is responding. Yeah, Abhishek. Yeah, that's great. Take the picture of, take the screenshot. I'm gonna ask you, you have to show me this in the future sessions. Okay. So just, I'm gonna check whether you're done or not. Like, you have to share your screen that time when in the coming days, so that we'll go and check it. Okay, done. So configuration management CNDB, I'll discuss this. So CNDB, I'll explain this topic. Okay, what is CNDB? Can anyone go with what is from where we get previous session? You don't need to worry about such it. The recordings will be updated in the coming days. Okay. Yes. Okay. And so anyone know what is CMDB? So I hope you all guys aware of this. What is CMDB? Any idea? I'm not asking you to give me a perfect explanation. Just any idea. What is store infos as simply as DB database? Okay. And any other guys other than Abe? So guys, remember this as well. If you get any chance to speak, any chance to respond, try and make to respond every time. That helps you to give better opportunities in the future as well. Like, maybe in the group discussions or whatever things, maybe in any other things, if you start responding, that will be, you get some practice. Okay. I'm not forcing you. Centralized database. Yeah, that is okay. Fine. Perfectly, Arjun. Any other guys? What is CMDB? Database for it, IT services. Yeah, you all are right, exactly. Any other guys? So, okay, that is fine. I'll give you a simple thing and then we'll go like, coming to CMDB, the word it states like, configuration management database. CMDB full form is like, configuration management database. So we all know what is database. Database is a place where we can store the information. It is a place where we can do request and a response will happen. Database is nothing but like, it is a place where all the repository, it is like a repository. Repository is nothing but all the information is stored. Okay. So coming to CNDB is like, it is a centralized repository that stores information about an organization, IT services, or infrastructure, IT, whatever it is. Okay. So this is, so as Kushit said, it is a database for IT services. Yeah. It is a centralized database for IT services. Centralized in the sense it stores each and everything. Coming to our thing, CMDB, how it acts like, whatever the tables, whatever the information in the service now is stored in the CMDB. All the information, each and everything is stored in the CMDB table. Okay, in different things. There are CMDB relationship, class items, CMDB CIs. In three different ways. The main major component was segmented into CMDB, CMDB underscore relationship underscore CI, and CMDB CI. CI is nothing but configuration item. It's nothing but like a field. Okay. So I'll explain you with a simple example. So I'll go with like whatever things like a bus station. We'll go with we'll take a college simply. Okay, every year what comes like, many people will be joining. every year many people will be joining, right? So what they do, they'll get the information, all of the information, and they'll take the information. And in the college, what are the informations they'll have? So I'll open the notes. So I'm explaining in the general terminology. So you all can see the notepad. Confirm me guys, you all can see the notepad. Yes, okay. Let's take our college. Let's take a college. So in college, what are the major things will be like students, info, faculty info, okay, and how many rooms are there? How many rooms in the college? Rooms are like classes or whatever it is, okay, and how many labs are there? Labs. Okay, how many branches, like they'll segregate like different branches, like different things, but leave about the branches. I'm connected like calling all of them like groups. And how many labs are there, and how many, like the college database will also have how many tables, benches, like tables, chairs, fans, systems, like computers, and how many buses. Wow, these all are like many things will be included. You see, the buses, chairs, whatever. In the sense, sometimes like some colleges will also store the information. How many trees are there? How many gates are, like what are the infrastructure? They'll have all the things, like what are the student database? These, like the college database, like if you assume like college is a database, then it is consisting all this information. This is nothing but a repository. This is a database for college. Whereas in our thing, CNDB is a database for all the tables, all the fields. Okay. And what we have, what it also states coming to, and I'll explain you this thing as well. So let's take IT lab. Okay. In these sections will be, it is divided into different sections, right? IT labs. IT labs, what will be, there will be like, how many chairs are there? How many chairs? And it has information of how many laptops are computers, how many computers are there, and how many tables, how many, what you say, lights are there in this. Because if anything happens in the IT lab, what happens, for suppose an IT lab was fired in the college. IT lab was fired in the college. That time, what you do, like they just go, they'll come to know how much loss was done. So that time, what they do, just go to IT lab. So in that IT lab, there will be the relationship, like these are all in the count of the CNDB. This, how many chairs are there, how many computers are there, how many lights are there, they will be in the CNDB. Okay, this is the repository. And coming to these chairs, computers, and lights, what are called, they are CIs, items. So they are called like fields, like 5 items. This is chairs come to one item, and how many computers comes to one item, and lights come to one items, right? They are different items. Okay, but where these items are all stored in the CMDB. This is CMDB, and this IT lab here is like this. Suppose if IT lab is relationship, this IT lab is having relationship with these many things. If you click on IT labs, what it shows, how many, what are included in the IT lab. Like basically everything is in CNDB, but how they did configurations. These are items, like these tables, chairs. These are CIs. CIs are not nothing but fields. In the tables, tables are all, like all the tables are all the tables included gathers called CMDB. Okay, like a CMDB is having information about all the things. Okay, in the tables, what they do, like different tables, like it has information. So suppose I'll explain you these things, like I hope this understand as well with the same thing. So this, you see all, so I'll just click here. Like suppose CNDB stores information of all each and everything. Like example, if we click on system import sets, what it is showing, this load data, create transformer, run transformer. These are like relationships. Okay, what inside is this are called, we see like when opening a field. Okay, when opening a form, what we see, fields. These fields in general terminology, like the items, these are called CIs, configuration items. The configuration items, like it was differentiated into CMDB is differentiated into three things in ServiceNow. One is CMDB, one is CMDB relationships, and one is CMDB configuration items, where these fields are called as configuration items. The terminology is changing, but what are the information in it is same, but the terminology coming to CMDB is different. These fields are called as items, and these relationships are called as, like when we open the self-service, these all relationships are there, like these are called relationships. And coming to this all together is called CMDB. That is a simple terminology. Like whatever in the college is called CMDB, and whatever the different items, like chairs, lights, computers, what are they called, these are called CIs. Items are called CIs. And the relationship, this IT lab is having relationship with these chairs, computer, lights. So this is one of the relationships. I hope you understand, guys. What is CNDB, what is CNDB relationships, and what is CL. What about others? You understand? So basically, CNDB is configured into three types. One is like CNDB, that stores all the information. CNDB relationships, that stores the relationship with the table and other things. And what are CIs? CIs are like nothing but fields, but in the terminology is different. Every item in the CNDB is called CI. Okay, yeah, that is fine. And you can see the slides too. Let's see configuration database management. Key items table CMDB. You see what are the main things included in the CMDB? CMDB table, CMDB CI, CMDB relationship underscore CI. These are the three main things that include in the CMDB. Okay. Yes. So you see the configuration application provides core functionalities for the configuration, including modules for hardware. Whereas this hardware, software, configuration item, what are these? These are relationships. The functionality is a part of CMDB. Okay, fine. You see this, as I said, like I explained with self-services, but the rest of the things that I use in ITSM process, these are in ITSM, like problem change, request management. These are like relationships, and the inside things are called items. Okay, workspace, house, what are the information, and regarding like they can, we can see reports. This is like a report. There's nothing to configuration items. So as I mentioned, right, how many things are there, like what are exactly the things in the relationship. It shows with dependency view provides an interface to visualize relationships, like this nothing. Dependency view, like you can open the CMDB table and you can see on the top, on the bottom you can see dependency view. If you click on that, they'll show the dependency view, how the icons, these are like CIs. Yeah, class manager, CI class manager. It's just, you have to know exactly confirmation, but when you're working close with the interface, you'll come to know exactly, oh, this is this. Okay, I'll show you as well. CIG class manager attribute tabs. Okay, fine. Configuration item form. This is creating a form. I'll open this and I'll show you database model, CSDM. So this CSDM is nothing but common service database management. So how they share the information in between all those things, that is captured in the CSDM. Okay, CMDB is a repository, whereas CSDM is like relationship, or how they are stored, what exactly they store on platform. See, application, that is like navigation, how to go from here to there, and exactly those things. Yeah, task. So you all know, right? Task and CMDB. What kind of tables are those? I just explained CMDB and task. So what kind of tables they belong to? Any idea, guys? Because table sections is finished a long ago.
How many types of tables are there? What are the what we call this kind of tables? CMDB and task belongs to which type of tables? So core tables. Any other guys respond? So they are core tables, but I want other people responding as well. So what are the system generated tables? Out of the box tables are called core tables. Task table. Yeah, what task table and CMDB table are belongs to which kind of tables? So I'll explain you guys. So these are the bases for ServiceNow. Whatever the things we perform in ServiceNow related to maybe CMDB or task. So these are base tables. Okay, remember guys, these are base tables. Base tables are nothing but the tables which have not derived from any other parent tables. Okay, they are not extended from any other tables. Those are called parent, like base tables, like parent tables. So which is not having any parent in the service now, and they are out of the box tables, then they are called base tables. Like task table is one of the base table and CNDB. These are the only two tables in the service now. Those are base tables. Okay. What are the tables? Maximum of the tables are extended from task. Okay. Like incidents, problem, change, user, what many tables are extended from task itself. So task is a parent table and the rest are child tables. So what are the system generated tables are called core table. Task table and CMDB is also core tables, but they are called as base tables because they don't have any parent. They behave as parent. They are not extended from any tables. So they are called as base tables as well as core tables. Okay. Remember this guys, this is one of the simple questions you will be asked in the interviews and as well as the HCSA. Okay. Task table and CMDB tables are base tables. They are not, they don't have any parents and they're also core tables. Okay. I hope you understand guys. That's fine. So task. So let's open what are these in CMDB. CMDB configuration database management workspace, reports, lifecycle, CMDB properties, CMDB workspace. So this all shows the relationship what exactly in the CMDB workspace. Let's open the CMDB workspace. So if you want to create anything new or you want to see anything, then we'll come to this here. So all the information, CNDB track qualities, my work, if you're doing any other things here, you'll see this is CMDB workspace. But coming to, you want to see the relationship, what you do, you have to go to all table backend name is sys_db. You can go use that, maximum try to use the backend names itself. So I'm just using tables or tables column. In how many ways we can open tables? This is also one of the important question they will ask you, guys. What is the backend name of table, and how many ways we can open a table? One, we can directly go using the backend like sys_db underscore object. So that opens tables. So how many ways we can open the tables? One is tables, and here the tables and columns is also here. Also we can open the table. And when we do something here, you remember when we are doing something here, if we right click on the context menu, and how many ways we can open the context menu? Going to the three buttons on the banner and clicking on here, it gives context menu option, this context menu options. Otherwise, anywhere on the banner, right click, just click here, you can see the context menu options. This is also one of the questions they will ask you in the interviews and as well as in the CSA. How many ways?
We can also click on the three menu icon, or else we can right click on the banner. Okay, here you can configure and you see tables. From here we can open the tables of incident, and also we can also go here and we can search for tables. Okay, so tables. So this is one way. So tables are columns, open the same thing. So after opening here, we'll choose the table like that. Yeah, these are how many tables are there, like 5,626 table. We'll look for CMDB. 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 So these are the tables of CMDB. How many? So we'll go with CMDB CI relationships. See, these many, because we don't deal much with the CMDB topics, but we have to be aware of what is CMDB and how are the relationship with the CMDB and what are the dependency we use. Just give you the name series to CMDB. CMDB. Let's go see that. So I'm just opening state management. So here, you can see the schema map and dependencies. What are in this? You can see here, show schema map. So what are interlinked with this table will be displayed in such a way. This is only with CA state management tasks. So it is not extended anywhere, and these are the only things in this. So in such a way, show all reference tables. So this is having relationship with CMDB CI and CMDB database management things. This is having relation with two tables. So this is how we configure everything. Okay. Yeah, I think there's nothing much to know about like CMDBs. So process automation workflows. Yes. Okay. I hope you what is CMDB? Three things: CMDB, what is CI, and CMDB CI relationships. Okay. They'll be asking a couple of questions from this as well. You have to know about this. So you got any queries till now? The CMDB? Okay, no, I mean, that's fine. Okay, guys. So let's take a little break and then we'll continue with the next topics. So it's 1920. Let's back with 1930, 7:30. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys, take some break and we'll start again. Yeah. So in the meantime, you got like 3 more minutes, but if you got like any other queries, just start asking me here so that I can respond you back. So guys, am I audible to you? Okay, that's great. So just you got like 3 more minutes. In the meantime, if you got like any other queries regarding any other things as well, just ask me. I'll respond to you back. Guys, let's start. So you're all listening to me? Yes. All right. So the next topic we discuss here, like share screen, entire screen, share. So you guys can see my screen, right? Let's go back. So flow designer. So this is one of the most important topics that you should be very aware. So if you are working real time in the ServiceNow industry, so you should have an aware. So here the terminology comes with no code platform. Okay. Until now we did many things in the tables, but what is flow? Any response from you guys? What is flow? What is flow designer? Anything? So any idea? Any idea, guys? In general terminology, leave about like the existing process. Yeah, Arjun Sharma. Flow is nothing but a process. Yeah, that is fantastic. The working prototype. Okay. Mohammed. Working prototype. The prototype. Fine. And any other responses? What is a flow? So in general terminology as well. I don't mind giving your responses, but what is to design the platform, the life cycle of the process? Yes. Any other?
flow. Yeah, then that is fine. So yeah, your all answers are also satisfied to your mark. But exactly, I'll just let you know. So you all remember flowcharts before when you're like doing something? Yes. What we call flowchart, it's a pictographical representation or diagrammatical representation. Yes or no? Yes. Yeah. In general terminology, it is nothing but a diagrammatical representation or pictographical representation. But coming to our service now, it is a, we call it as a business process. Here also the same way we'll see like one step, the second step, the third step, the fourth step. It is also a step-by-step process. But coming to our service now, it comes with a no-code platform. Like what we do sometimes, whereas like in a Java to do perform some options, like if you are clicking this button, this thing should have happened. What we do, we write it lines of code to do that. For suppose your call it your phone or whatever it is, if you are clicking something, what happens is JavaScript runs, or else any APIs will run. React, they use different kind of platforms. They use coding to run something in your phone. What they do, they require a code. But here also the same thing has happened, but the codes are already been predefined. Whereas we are the users in ServiceNow, we comes with a no-code platform. This is a place where we use no code. Just we pull, drag and drop something, the action happens. Okay, this a clear definition for flow is like in a ServiceNow is it is a no-code platform for automating business process. Okay, so what is nothing but automation is nothing but if one button is clicked, the something should be executed. Okay. If something is happened, something should be done. That is automation. Okay. Like bringing something where like interlinking with something and something. If some action is done, something is should be done. Okay. That is flow. For example, let's go here. Let's reload this. We don't need any templates here. Just take it out and see details. I don't want to remove this. Just click here. So, so let me explain with example. Just reload this. It goes changes reload. Yes. So here we see. So this is our normal form, right? Yes. So we are doing some business automations now. So what is the automation we are doing here? If we create one record here, okay. So we also have one table, what is called cohort table. You all remember we also created one table called cohort table. Yes. Do you guys remember the first sessions? We also have one more table called cohort table before. I'll show you. Well, let's go there as well. Let's check. Oh, cohort. So opening this as well, control. Yeah, this is one of our tables, and this is also our table. I'll open this as well in list view, test cohort here. So here we have 11 records, and here we have 11 records. Okay, we created two tables before. One is cohort and other one is test cohort, right? We created tables. So let's create a table here once. I'm creating a new table in the cohort. So name something with the King Kong. So state is Andhra Pradesh, and I'm submitting. This is in test cohort, but shit. Actually, I have to save this first. So we created, before it was 11, and we created one in cohort. 1 second. Yes. So we just created a table with test cohort. Yes, for King Kong and state is Andhra Pradesh. We just created it. So here are 12. So what my thing is like, I just want to do some automation and make, if I create a record in this cohort table, okay, a record should also be created in this test cohort. Yeah, that is my requirement. So my requirement is like, if I create one table in cohort, one record should automatically created in the test cohort. Okay, this is my requirement. So how do you perform this in general? What you do in general? You understand what I'm saying? So what you will do in general to do this? Do you have any idea? So I just come with my requirement. So if I create a table in the cohort, yes, a record in the cohort, and automatically one record should be created in the test cohort table. Link them somehow. Yeah, one of the great answers. Extend tables. So when we extend a table, what happens? We'll get the fields, not the data. Okay. And you also remember in the update sets, when you create an update set, when you move on, you want to move the changes configurations in the table, only the configurations and the flow, whatever the things are in there, the data won't be transferred. The tables information, fields information will be transferred, but not the data, not the records will be done. Okay, in the update sets. But how we do? We can do this using scripts. So one thing we can do is like, we can write a business rule. If we create like, we can use JavaScript and we can do this. But one is simplest way, as this is no code platform. What we do automation using flow designers. Okay. Before flow designers, it used to be workflow designer. But in the Xanadu, like, before Xanadu, before Xanadu, it was workflows. People used to work with workflows and everything, all the stuff. But coming to Xanadu, they are updated to like, every version, they'll do some updations. In the Xanadu, what they can like using flow designer. So new things. So they reduce the code again. Sometimes we use the code in flow designer, but as the new update comes, there is no need to write new codes. In the future, ServiceNow is going to be very boom if you know how to deal the things. You don't need to write blocks of like branches of codes. Just a very little thing. Just click a button, it happens. So my requirement is like, if a record is created in cohort, a new record should be in test. Okay, for that I'm using Flow Designer. Let's go to ServiceNow. So just click on all, enter Flow Designer, flow. So you come with the definition, right? A flow designer is a no-code platform where we can write like automate business process. Yeah, like simply you can get the definitions from the Google or whatever thing when you're preparing, but getting the concept is important. Okay, what exactly a flow does? Yeah, these things are mandatory for you to grab the information. Like it is like usually it is a no code platform using automating business process. The main definition of ServiceNow. What is ServiceNow? What we call ServiceNow? It is a cloud-based platform used to automate business process. There are in different places like ITSM, using ITSM, ITBM, I2OM, CSM, HRSD, different modules are there. That is how the definition of ServiceNow had come. Yeah. What is ServiceNow? ServiceNow is a cloud-based technology or cloud-based platform, cloud-based thing used to automate business process. It is like no code platform. There the definition comes. Yes, what is the purpose of flow designer? Automating business processes. Okay. So you have to know how important flow design is, writing a flows. Yes. Yeah, coming. So here you will have process automation in the all navigation. Under the process automation, you will have the flow designer. Okay, just click on this. I just have a bad internet connectivity, so that's the reason it is sometimes it is showing some different reflections. So because first we will raise a request, then the response should come. There the time gap is facing, and the requests and response are not acting perfectly. So this is how a flow will be seen. Okay, flows, workflow studio. Before it was like that. So workflow studio, flows, subflows. If like playbooks are like, that is nothing but what are the already previous information, what are the flows previously published will be shown here, like flows, the same thing, like, and subflows. So in a flow, we can also write a subflow, that is, and to write a flow, these are like, what should be done. Firstly, a trigger condition is mandatory, and then what are the actions, decision tables. Like, I'll go with the example. Just click on the new. We are opening a new flow. Okay, click on flow. What do you want to write? A flow, subflow, a condition, or else action. So we go with new flow. Okay, click on new flow. Yes, firstly, we have to give a name. So what we gonna give a name? UP, we directly give UP cohort. So because this is a session, I'll deal with different things. To remember this, I'll give this. So what is the application scope? So this is public. We have done those things are in public. So I just go with public. Describe. So every time when you're doing something, okay, write the description part, because like, if someone is into the instance, so if you want to know what exactly for what is for this, so this is created. This is created in UP cohort program to explain flow. Program to explain flow. This is mandatory. If you start working from now, that will be cohort. Yeah, that will be helpful in the advanced list. You can also see what are the advanced options. Is there any protection type? So if you want to, who can, whether anyone can do any changes, or only the system admin can do the changes. If I put read only, the thing, if any other user having the same role cannot do any changes on the flow. So this is how the protection policies. Okay, protection. Okay, run as. So flow will be run in these states. So as system user who initiate the session. So who, like, whether only for the system users or who initiate the flows. System like that. When to run. Okay, so in that as well, who is having any role? If you specify with some other role, the user with only that role can execute the flow. And whenever the user with that role, whenever doing some operations, at that moment only this runs. Okay, so flow priority default. Okay, high or medium or low. So flow should be run like, at the same time, or like, until and unless it's created. The runtime is defined using this. That's it. Okay, so these are not mandatory things, but you have to know. That is the reason I'm explaining. Okay, so is there no, we are not giving any protection policies or anything. So I'm clicking on build flow. Okay, then this is how a flow will be visible. Okay, so the first thing to define a flow, we have to define a trigger condition, where to write the flow, whether it is for, here what happened, trigger condition is nothing but whether it is for a table, whether it is for an application, whether it is for a catalog. So here we define for what we are writing a flow. Just you can click here, you can see whether it is for a record, whether it is for a scheduled job, whether it is for an application. So what we are writing here, when what is our requirement? We are not doing any application here. We are not doing anything in the schedule jobs. We are doing updations. Like, our requirement is like when we create a record in the cohort, a record is created in the cohort table. A record should also be created in the test cohort. This is our requirement. So what we go with? So what we go with? Ours is record type. Okay, record. And in the record, what are the record created or updated or updated? These are the types. So when a record created, yes, we are choosing this. But coming to schedule jobs, these many things. When a schedule job should be daily, monthly, repeat run once or weekly. This is half flow. In the application, there will be many types. In the application, inbound emails, service catalogs, SLAs, remote table query. Okay, if we are working again and again, with flow we'll come to know what exactly in this, what is service catalog. So if you want to do any changes, if you want to do any business automations in service catalog, we go with application service catalog. So but our requirement is record. When a record is created in this table, in the cohort table, a record should be updated or created in the test cohort. That is our requirement. So created, when a record is created, in which table, you see the condition it is asking, in which table, in the cohort. What is the backend name? U underscore cohort. So in the cohort table, a record created, then it should be reflected in the test cohort. So I'm just giving the table. It is asking any filter conditions you want to do. So if you want to give any filter condition, so if here, if you want to put like, the state is new or the city is this, then only you want to run the flow. Then we'll give the conditions here. Just forget for this for the moment. Okay. We selected the table. When it create a record is created in the cohort table. Okay. We selected this and then done. We are done with the trigger. We are not giving any condition for that for the moment. Yeah, we are done with the trigger. And then come to the action. What we want to do, if one table is created in the cohort, I want to, is I'm not giving any subloop. I'm just giving an action. So here one button is clicked. What happens? Here should be a thing. That means an action should be done. So I am not giving, there is no condition. I'm not giving any condition, so I'm not going with any logic. So if I want to give any logic, if a state is Andhra Pradesh, then action, then I'll use condition. Here I don't want to give condition. This is like if else, what are the conditions are there? That is nothing but flow. I just want to make some action. So action, what action I want to do? I want to create a record. So the action is also here. If there a record is created, here a record should be created. So record, create a record. The action is create a record. In which table? You see, you observe here how they write the codes. In which table a record should be created. You can also do any changes then update. Here also you can do update. You can on the conditions, that's it. So U underscore test cohort. So in the test cohort, we want to create a record. So create a record where test cohort. Yes. So here it's done. So you can check here the water here. Trigger record created, cohort table. Yeah, this is no, not from previous table now. We don't want that. So we can here, this is called data bill picker. Here you can choose if you want to create, if you're doing same things in there, you can directly drag and drop or you can do that. But we are doing on some other table. So we had to go manually with test cohort. So if you want to do same changes here, you can, if you want one record is created, you want to create another record, you can drag and drop and put here is the table name that is will be done. But we are doing another table. Okay. Okay. Here now what we want to do, we want to match the fields. Add a field. Select a field. Which field? Name is selected with name. So this is any what is the name we want to give, we can do. Otherwise, what we do is like with the same name
in the test record. We are just giving a condition. If a record created here, a record should be created here. We are not giving any condition. Let's see. We are not giving any condition. What is happening? Okay, I am done. Okay, what is that? If the condition created in cohort table, a record is created in the cohort table. Okay, what the action should be done? Created where test cohort. Okay, here the condition is done. Okay, done. So now we can save this. I am saving this, and now I'm activating it. Otherwise, you can also directly test from here. So I just activate the flow. So remember this, guys. The flow is done when only it is activated. If you are saying the flow, that doesn't mean it is activated. You have to activate it. Okay, I am activating the flow. Okay, now the flow is activated. You can see the activate is faded and deactivate is populated. So that means it is activated. So let's check whether it is working or not. So what is our requirement? If we create something in the cohort. So I'm going to new. So see the records. There are 12 records in the cohort, and in the test cohort there are 11 records. You can check with reloading as well. Yes, in the test cohort 11 records. In the cohort, we have 12 records. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'm creating a record in cohort. So the name is, I'm selecting name as Shivam Gupta. Okay, and these are mandatory fields, so we have to do. And he's from UP. In gender, he is male. Okay, I'm creating one record here and I am submitting it here. So it is redirected to here. Just reload this. You see, in the test cohort, we have 12. This is went somewhere. Let's check. Bring the cohort. You see, in the cohort before it was 13 in the British. Yes. So what the record we created? Shivam Gupta. Shivam Gupta record is created in, and he's from UP. So one record we created in the cohort table. Automatically what happened? A new record is created, updated. Just the time is 7:54. 1954. The system time is 1954. You see, a record is created. 12 records are created. So we are going with the latest. This is the latest thing. Today is date 16th. So we are not created anything in the test code. Automatically this is created with nothing inside. You see, is there anything record related? So for this to getting with the same information, what we do is like, we do field mapping. So let's go to the flow. What we do field mapping. So field. So the name should be this is dynamically. So if we give dynamical name Abel tutor, okay, let's see this as well. I'm giving the name. So what is the name? Abel tutor. So a record should be created with the name Abel tutor. I'm saving it and I'm activating it. Okay, activate. So I just gave a condition. So before it was there was no name on this. So sorry, this is here, right? So no name on this. So instead now what I'm giving, Abel tutor name. So I just made it from the flow. I just made that name should be Abel tutor. A new record should be created with the name Abel tutor. I just stored that thing in the flow. You see, here I am not giving any condition, but here when a record is created in the test cohort, the name should be Abel tutor. I'm giving manually. You see, I'm giving it like, like manually. Yes. So now let's check again. Let's go to cohort. It was 14 tables. I'm creating a new one. Here I'm selecting the name is different. Dr. Tilak. I'm selecting Dr. Tilak and state coming to Andhra Pradesh. And I'm saving it. Okay, and now I'm doing update. So basically Dr. Tilak. So if something is running in the backend, Dr. Tilak, and you see a record is created, Dr. Tilak is created, and he's from Andhra Pradesh. Okay. And now what should happen in the test cohort table? It was test cohort table, it was 12 before. I'm reloading the form. It is 13 now. You see here, Abel Tutor, the name is Abel Tutor. So we just put manually. So what we want to do is like, I want now with the same name should be populated. If any name is, if what is the record I created here, that should be populated there. So at that moment, what we do is like, we do dynamic performance instead of selecting like manually. What we do is like, dynamic performances. So we can fetch the information of this table using this data pill picker. Okay. To match this, the name should be this here, same record. If you want the same information of this record and that record should be matched, what we do, we use data pill picker. This is called data pill picker. So the name should be the name what we are creating here. At that time, what we do, we click on data pill picker and trigger record. Yeah, the trigger create a record. Whatever we do in the above operations will be shown here. Okay, create record. Yeah, in the create record, in which table? Test cohort record. Yeah, in this record. Yeah, we have to press on arrows. This is also how you will pick the condition in the data pill picker. Arrows, using arrows. Okay. So what we are matching with? Name. I'm just clicking name. Okay. Here name, and here is also name. You see name. In this record's name should match with in this record. I'm just selecting this. And I can also add conditions in the same way. Now what I'm selecting, the gender, and I'm also matching the gender. The gender in the test cohort table should match with the gender. What are the gender we creating? It should match with this gender as well. So here again, click on data pill picker, create record. So cohort table and gender, you see. So the both the genders should be same. I'm matching it. So I'm matching that table and this table. I'm not writing any codes, just matching, bringing this and matching. Okay. In such a way, how many tables you want to match, you can match here. Okay. In the conditions, in the fields, and I'm done now, and I'm saving it. And I'm activating the flow. You can also test the flow from here, but I want to show from there. So I'm doing that. Okay. I'm saving it. Now the flow is activated. So what is our next thing? So if I create something new, so I'm choosing the name this time. Okay, let's go with Dr. Ramya. Dr. Ramya or Pavanisha, Dr. Ramya. Okay, what is the state? This is mandatory field, so that I'm giving the state name, and gender is female. Okay, and I'm saving it. Save it. So save in the sense the record is created. If once I save it, that means the record is created. I'm not doing any changes. Let's go to the, here it is 13 records. So I'm reloading it now. So you see a new record is created 14. Did I mention anything here? Dr. Ramya? No. Gender? Yes. I just gave like, dynamic operation. So whatever the record created there, the same name should be populated here, the same fields. So I match the fields and a record is also created. That is the importance of row. Not only for this, if a record is created and someone should get notification, like for that as well. So here a record is the dining. Now what I want to do is like, I want to get a notification. Notification. Here you can search notification. Notifications. Send notifications or emails. Whatever you want to. Once a record created, someone should notify, or the user should be notified. At that time, we'll give conditions. So we gonna have everything. This flow is very important. So you people start working. Okay. So I just gave you the basic idea of what is flow and what is flow designer and what we can do using flow. Right? You understand, guys? So this, when listening, it will be very simple, guys, but your hands-on practice is very important. When you start working yourself, then you will get doubts. then you can ask us, we can rectify that. Even if I was not aware of that, I will do research and I'll come in the second day. I won't leave that day of asking any doubt. And if I don't know that, like if you work hard, if you're working on it, that why video should be there. No need to worry, Abhay, I will share you the videos. I'll again try to push them back to get the video. Okay, I'll again ask them. I'll ask the ops team, operations team, so to share the videos. I'll give you a strict warning for that master to upload the videos too. So because you people want to practice but you don't have the access, so I'll ask them. So until now you got something, right? You all understand today's class. Are you happy with the today's session? What are your responses, guys? Because if you're not happy, I'll ask someone trainer because your interaction is important for me. If you're happy with me, I'll train you. Otherwise, like, I'll ask some other person to train you back. So you're all happy, right? Okay, that's fine. That's fantastic. Yes. So this is for the today's session. It's 8 o'clock. I have to leave home. Yeah, guys. If tomorrow is a practice session, I hope you all practice, and we'll go in deep on the next day. If you want me continue again with some more with flow, I'll be going with flow, and let's go with some other topics in the next session. Okay, guys. All right, guys. Have a good evening. Great. Bye bye. See you. Anything to ask? Just I'll give you a couple of minutes. Otherwise, bye bye. Take care. Good night, sir. All right. Good night, guys. See you. Take care. Bye bye. End webinar.